Hello, good day. Welcome to another episode of Kwentuhan Sessions, JMVL Case Digest, wherein dinidiscuss natin yung mga cases na penned ni Justice Mario V. Lopez in preparation for the 2024 bar exam. For today's episode, we'll be discussing Oligario Torralba y Villegas as petitioner versus People of the Philippines as the respondent, GR number 216453, March 16, 2022. Okay, this is a criminal law case and we will discuss how to invoke or properly invoke the exempting circumstance of insanity. So let's start with the facts of the case. So, on November 20, 2007, at around 3:45 in the afternoon, Gregorio, okay, was driving his Honda CRV headed to Mulawin Bakery Shop at Mulawain Bakery Shop at the 18th Street corner of Olongapo City, somewhere in Olongapo, to buy some bread. Okay, so hindi na sinabi ko anong klase ng bread yung binili, baka pandesal kasi ay hindi, baka ano to, kabayan, ganyan. Okay? So, upon arriving at the 18th Street, he parked his car 10 meters away from the Mulawain Bakery. So, like, park siya. Kaya lang, ito si Kuyang Gregorio, medyo matalino. He left the car key inside the vehicle. So, sabi niya kasi siguro, bilis lang naman to. Tsaka malapit lang naman, 10 meters. Hindi ko lang alam kung anong tsura ng 10 meters. Hindi tayo engineer. Pero sabi niya, siguro, kita naman niya siguro yung kotse. So, para hindi patay sindi yung kanyang kotse, siguro, lang yan. Iniwan niya yung car key. Okay? Doon sa loob. And then, after about 2 minutes, and while he was about to get hold of the bread he bought, he turned around to check on his car, but he noticed that his car was already moving. So nagulat siya, umaandar na yung kotse niya, di ba? Nakakatuwa tong case na to. Okay, nagulat siya, umaandar na yung kotse niya towards Peping Mami along Caron Street. Okay, sa mga taga-Olonga po dyan, alam nila yan. Okay, so dahil umaandar niya, di ba? He immediately flagged down and boarded a tricycle to pursue his car. Hinabol niya na yung kotse. Kasi nga may nangangarnap na ng kotse niya. Okay? So, to cut the long story short, na huli naman nila yung yung kumuha or na intercept nila yung kotse at nahuli yung kumuha ng kotse o nangarnap. Okay? The car was caught on traffic on congestion kasi. Okay? Tapos, doon ang kilala na ang sakay ng kotse o yung nangarnap ay si Oligario Toralba. Okay? Yung ating petitioner for the case. Okay? So, syempre, ang nangyari, pinasa sa presinto, then chinarge siya ng carnapping. Okay? In Toralba's defense, okay, he got the services of Dr. Maria Lourdes Labarcon Mariveles. She is a doctor in the Mariveles Mental Hospital. Okay? She testified and narrated that she first met Oligario on October 24, 2007. Okay? And na-evaluate nga daw niya to si Oligario na may psychosis. And he recommended that he do follow-up check-ups and to take his medication. Okay? Nanggaling yung psychosis niya dahil sa alcoholism and taking shabu or methamphetamine. Okay? So, yun. So, yun yung na charge ng carnapping sa Oligario. Ang defense niya is insanity. And ang kanyang witness sa defense ay yung psychiatrist na si Dr. Maria Lourdes Labarcon, saying that he is suffering for psychosis of psychosis. Okay, but the RTC ruled all the elements of the crime present, which is carnapping, and it is clear that Oligario surreptitiously took and drove off Gregorius rigorous vehicle without consent and with intent to gain. The RTC gave credence to the testimonies of the prosecution that there being no ill motive to them for falsely charging Oligario. On the other hand, the RTC rejected Oligario's insanity defense, considering that the manner by which he perpetrated the offense suggests full consciousness of his criminal act. Dr. Evangelista, yung psychologist na psychiatrist ba? Ayun, medical assessment was rendered inconclusive and insufficient proof of the mental condition of Oligario. Okay? On appeal, CA affirmed the decision of the RTC. So, to cut a long story short, si RTC did not give credence to the defense of Oligario for insanity. Okay? The accepting circumstances of insanity, kasi sinasabi nga ng RTC, kulang yung sinabi, okay, ni Dr. Evangelista. At ito ay na-affirm ni CA. Dahil na-affirm ni CA, nag-appeal ulit si Oligario sa Supreme Court. Okay? So, dahil dito, ang issue, whether or not the RTC and CA erred in appreciating the exempting circumstance of insanity. Okay? So, mali nga daw ba si RTC and CA in not giving credence or giving Oligario the benefit na insane siya. Okay? So anong sabi ng Supreme Court dito through Justice Mario V. Lopez, the ruling is no, RTC and CA did not err or hindi sila nagkamali in appreciating the exempting in not appreciating the exempting circumstance of insanity. So hindi daw nagkamali si RTC and CA na binaliwala nila yung defense ni Oligario. Okay? So, tama talaga si RTC and CA. Okay? Justice Mario V. Lopez said that insanity is an exempting circumstance under paragraph 1, Article 12 of the RPC. An insane accused is not morally blameworthy and should not be legally punished. No purpose of criminal law is served by punishing an insane accused by reason of his mental state. So dito, ina-explain pa lang ni Justice Mario V. Lopez na kung bakit nagiging exempting circumstance yung pagiging insane ng isang accused. Okay? They do not have control over their behavior and cannot be deterred from similar behavior in the future. Okay? In our jurisdiction, the courts have established a more stringent criterion for insanity to be an exempting circumstance, as it is required that there be a complete deprivation of intelligence in committing the act. So ito yung requirement, complete deprivation of intelligence. So wala ka talagang naisip na tama, okay? Wala kang intelligence na gamit. So, i.e., the accused is deprived of reason. They acted uh, without the least discernment because there is a complete absence of the power to discern or there is total deprivation of the will. Mere abnormality of mental faculties will not exclude imputability. Okay? So, kailangan absence talaga. Okay? Of intel or deprivation of intelligence, absence of the power to discern or makapag-isip kung tama ba or mali yung ginagawa nila. Okay? The Justice Mario V. Lopez further said, insanity is not easily available to the accused as a successful defense. Hindi agad-agad siya binibigay or hindi siya basta-basta na ini-invoke. Okay? It is an exception rather than the rule of the human condition. Insanity as a condition of the mind is not susceptible of the usual means of proof, as no man can know what is going in the mind of another. The state of condition of a person's mind can only be measured and adjudged by their behavior. Thus, the accused must prove the following. So, ito na yung requisites to prove that the accused is insane. Number one is that the insanity constitute a complete deprivation of intelligence, as mentioned earlier, reason or discernment. Second, the insanity existed at the time of or immediately preceding the commission of the crime. Okay? So, dapat daw is, yun nga, katulad nga sabi kanina, may complete deprivation of intelligence, reason, or discernment. Okay? Yun uh, yung isang factor dun. Pangalawa, okay, dapat yung kawalan ng intelligence, reason, and discernment po nangyari habang or bago, hindi pagkatapos. Kasi di ba, yung iba, bigla na lang naiisip na, uy, sige, ano, mag-plead ka na lang ng guilty tapos sabihin mo insanity para mapakawalan ka na. Okay? So, sinasabi ng court dito, they clarified na dapat at the time of or immediately preceding bago mo pag kinomit yung crime, eh baliw-baliwan ka na, o baliw ka na, okay? Wala ka ng, may deprivation ka na ng intelligence, reason, or discernment, okay? So, yun yung dapat na ma-comply mo, ma-comply ng accused, hindi naman ikaw, wag naman sana, di ba? Para ma-exempt siya dun sa crime, okay? To establish insanity, the justice further said, opinion testimony is required which may be given by a witness who is intimately acquainted by the accused, as has a rational basis to conclude that the accused was insane based on his perception or is qualified as an expert, such as a psychiatry. So, pwedeng mas maganda sana kung psychiatrist yung magsabi kasi expert opinion niya. Pero pwede naman din may ibang tao na sobrang close sa kanya na alam na dati pa na meron siyang condition, okay? Na insane talaga siya, okay? We stress that an inquiry to the mental state of an accused should relate to the period immediately before or at the very moment the felony is committed, okay? So, yan. So, yan yung kinakailangan. Again, ang timeline dapat uh, meron ka ng condition of insanity at the time or before the crime is committed. Okay? Not after. So, applying the legal basis to the case, Justice Mario V. Lopez said that in this case, Oligario failed to establish his mental state, much less his insanity. Aside from the testimony of Dr. Evangelista, no other witness testified as to the mental condition of Oligario. So wala siyang corroborating evidence. So punta tayo sa remedial law, di ba? Kailangan may corroborating evidence ka or corroborating witness ka para mapaganda yung kaso, di ba? Para madepensahan mo ng maayos. So yun, hindi siya nakakuha ng mga corroborating witnesses or testimonies. Okay? On this matter, the CA aptly observed. Okay, so binasa ni Justice Mario V. Lopez yung decision ng CA at nakita nga niya doon na kung ano yung naging basis ng decision ng CA. So sabi ni CA dun sa decision nila, in the case at bar, no witness was presented by Oligario to show he exhibited any symptoms associated with psychosis immediately before or simultaneous with the carnapping incident. Okay? The record is bereft of even a single account of abnormal or bizarre behavior on the part of Oligario prior to November 2007. So, yun nga, nire-relate na nila na dapat before pa lang or at the time ng pinerpetrate yung crime, eh meron na siyang deprivation of intelligence, reason, and discernment. Okay? Although Dr. Evangelista opined that Oligario is suffering from psychosis, she declared that it's difficult to assess the exact mental condition, having seen the latter only once, and she could not even identify that kind of psychosis Oligario is afflicted with. So, yung sarili niyang witness, bumaliktad, hindi naman bumaliktad, pero siya na yung nagsabi din na, isang beses ko lang yan nakita eh. Okay? Hindi na siya bumalik para sa follow-up. Hindi rin siya nagkumuha ng medications. Okay? So, wala akong history, kumbaga, dyan sa tao na yan, kay Oligario, saying na meron siyang dati pa or may kung gaano nakatagal itong condition niya. Okay? So, hindi niya masyado na na-test or na-observe si Oligario. Okay? So, yun. Likewise, no evidence was presented to show proof of abnormal behavior immediately before or simultaneous to the crime of to the commission of the crime, sorry. Okay? So, yun, wala daw abnormal behavior before or simultaneously to the crime. So, again, what is doctrinal in this case is that for insanity to be properly invoked as an exempting circumstance, okay, it must be the requisites are that the insanity constitute a complete deprivation of intelligence, reason, or discernment. Okay? And second, this is important also, the insanity existed at the time of or immediately preceding the commission of the crime. At the time or dun mismo or bago pa, insane na talaga siya. Wala na siyang may deprivation na agad siya ng intelligence, reason, or discernment. So, yun yung dapat na i-memorize natin sa kasong ito. Okay? So, nakakatuwa kasi talagang kaso na to, iniwan kasi yung, kasalanan to kasi ng ni Gregorio, bakit iwan siya ng susi sa kotse. Okay? Yun, doon na actually, yun yung pinaka-case, yun yung gist ng case. However, uh, um, dun sa full text kasi, kinompare ni Justice Mario V. Lopez yung case, yung facts nito against dun sa sinasite na case ni Oligario as his defense in insanity, which is the Antonio case. So, discuss na lang din natin. Okay? In the case of Antonio, okay, the accused insanity defense was not considered to exempt him from criminal liability. The court held that while there was some impairment of the accused's mental faculties, since he was shown to suffer with schizoaffective disorder or psychosis, such impairment was not so complete as to deprive him of his intelligence or consciousness of his acts. So, it is dito sinasabi ni Justice Mario V. Lopez na hindi siya ang pagkakaroon ng diagnosis as to meron kang mental condition hindi sapat, okay? Hindi pa sapat 'yun. The accused mental ailment was, however, considered as a mitigating circumstance to lower the penalty involved. Okay, doon yung accused doon, hindi siya na-exempt pero minitigate na lang. Okay? The court similarly ruled in Rafanan that a mitigating circumstance in accord with Article 13 number 9 of the revised penal code may be considered where the accused failed to show complete impairment of loss of intelligence. However, Rafanan's insanity defense was rejected by the court due to the accused's failure to present clear and convincing evidence regarding his state of mind immediately before and during the sexual assault on the victim. So, uh, Justice Mario V. Lopez cited these two cases. Okay? So, hindi nila pinayagan kasi nga yung timeline, okay? Dapat at the time or before, dapat meron kang ng deprivation of intelligence, reason, and discernment or discernment. Okay, sorry. So, yun. So, the justice also said, okay, further na this is a violation of a special law, carnapping. Oligario was charged with a violation of RA 6539, a special law which is not governed by the rules of penalties under the RPC. The OSG appropriately invoked the court en banc ruling in People versus Simon, where it was pronounced that there is no supplementary effect of the rules for the application of penalties under the RPC in special laws. Okay? That impose different penalties from the RPC. So, regarding na to sa penalties ni Oligario. Okay? The court further clarified that while it is true that the penalty of 14 years and 8 months as a minimum to 17 years and 4 months maximum under RA 6539 is virtually equivalent to the duration of medium period of reclusion temporal, such technical term under the RPC is not given to the penalty for carnapping. Moreover, the other penalties for carnapping attended by the qualifying circumstance stated in the law do not respond to those in the RPC. So, dito, sinasabi lang ni Justice Mario V. Lopez na hindi mag-a-apply, okay, yung penalties under RPC dahil nga special law yung na-violate ni Oligario. Okay? So, yun. This is Oligario Toralva versus People of the Philippines. JMVL clarified the proper invocation of the exempting circumstance of insanity. Okay? So, I hope na naintindihan natin at natuwa din kayo sa case na to katulad ng pagkatuwa ko dahil nga iniwan kasi yung dahil dito sa kaso na to hindi ako nagiiwan ng susi sa kotse. Okay? Ah, mawala ko mawala ko man yun, okay lang. Okay, wag ka na lang mag-iwan ng susi sa kotse. Okay? Baka maoligaryo ka. Okay? So I hope this helps you in your bar journey. If you like this video, this audio, okay, hindi pala to video, you may please subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you would like to avail more of this audio case digest, you could subscribe to the soft copy of the case JMVL case digest authored by Sui Generis, and may hard copy din po. You may sign up. I'll put the link below. Okay? So maraming salamat po at happy aral sa ating lahat.